Welcome back to the Hard Facts with Jett Black. I'm your host, Jett Black, and today we have a very special guest. You may notice I'm not in the usual set. We have moved the camera down to the parking lot to welcome probably the most unique guest we'll ever have on the show. Would everyone please give a round of applause for Mr. Edward Carson? Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Very nice. So, Mr. Carson, I want to thank you so much for being here. This is, if I'm honest, the first time I've ever interviewed a car, as you can probably guess. We're going to start off, for the viewers at home, just so you are aware, Mr. Carson is only able to communicate through honking the horn of the vehicle he is in. So, I have prepared some very specified questions, and we'll get into how they work. But for this first set of questions, we're going to have 1 beep for yes, 2 beeps for no. You ready for those questions, Mr. Carson? Alrighty, question number 1. Do you remember your life before becoming, vehicularly deceased? Yes, oh, very interesting. See, I've always wondered, if you move on, or if you, don't move on and you possess something, are you still you, or is it kind of like a rebirth? So I'm very glad to have that answered. Now, on the little bit more of a playful side, have you ever scared someone on purpose, Mr. Carson? I knew it. Yeah. I figured, if anyone at home read the article with Boris in it, I think you scared him half to death with that whole display. Now, a little bit more of a personal question, Mr. Carson. Do you ever get lonely in the garage at night? Yeah. Oh, well. That's to be expected, really. I mean, yeah, you're a wild horse out on the meadows of the Los Santos streets, so it's understandable that you'd get lonely. Now, a little bit of a question on your beliefs, if that's all right. Do you believe in ghosts, Mr. Carson? Yes, somehow I thought that might be the case. I just had to make sure, sometimes you gotta ask this kind of thing. And last on the yes/no initial questions, you possess a yellow vehicle. Do you like the color of the car you possess? I thought you might. And if given the opportunity, would you get it changed? No, wow, that is a locked in. I think you and I are a little bit of a birds of a feather in that regard. I wear this suit as a brand, pretty much day in, day out. You can see me with my signature red tie, and I think you're feeling the same way. Is that right? Yeah, all right. Well, for the next segment, Mr. Carson, we're going to have some multiple choice, and we're not asking for the exact answer to these questions. Just give us, the best one you can, but there's going to be A, B, and C, right? 1 honk for A, 2 honk for B, 3 honks for C, and then if you do 4 honks, that's just basically saying none of these apply, all right? Okay, question number 1. What phrase best describes your driving style? Is it A, a speed demon, a B, a cautious cruiser, or C, quote, I only hit things by accident, I swear? Speed demon, really? I gotta say, I have ridden in that car before, those at home, and let me tell you, my goodness, does Edward Carson know how to turn a curve. I mean, he brought us down to, I can't remember, the off sewer things, and he did an amazing flip first try. I've heard stories of it, and he was able to just pull it off, so that was incredibly cool to see. Now, Mr. Carson, which emotion out of these best fits your horn honk? Like, just when you're honking your horn when you're trying to communicate, is it A, anger, B, excitement, or C, some form of existential dread? Excitement. Oh, well, I've got to say, to the viewers at home, the reason that I am so keen to do this interview is because, and I'll be the first to admit it, I painted Mr. Carson in the wrong light. I had heard stories and it sounded like he was a malicious car, but then, since then, I have heard nothing but great stories. He takes people on adventures. He always keeps them safe. He took me personally to the hospital once. And, I mean, it was no fault of his that I needed to be there, but he even waited until I was done treating to bring me back to the building. So, Mr. Carson, I want to offer an initial apology for painting you in that light. All right, so, next question. Your relationship to speed bumps, Mr. Carson. I know I hate speed bumps. I know that, I grew up in Vice City. I learned to drive, on the neon streets that are meaner than Los Santos, so speed bumps are kind of just a guaranteed trip to the mechanic. But your relationship to speed bumps, are they A, a mortal enemy, B, a necessary evil, or C, you don't even really register anymore? Really? Yeah, see, I was thinking that. That's why I included that as an option, because I was like, probably the worst part about a speed bump, as long as you've got a car with good suspension, is the discomfort and the fear that it kind of instills if you're going at a high speed. I guess to you, it's just kind of like a little ramp, is that right? yeah, I thought that might be the case. I thought so. All right. Next question, and final of the multiple choice round. Your ideal parking spot, or just where you'd like to relax if you're not zipping around the streets. Would it be A, under a shady tree, B, next to a cool muscle car, or C, far away from any kind of shopping center where shopping carts might be running into you? Next to a cool muscle car? Oh, I think we might have a question from the audience that'll follow that up here in a bit. Well, it is about time that we play everyone's favorite game, Civic Report Card. Mr. Carson, how this is going to work is I'm going to give you some topics. Typically, guests would grade themselves from A to F on these topics, but here's how I want it to work for you. If you feel like you would have an A, or even just a high grade, B+, somewhere around there, I'd like you to just go crazy on that honkin'. If you think you'd have an F or a D, give me one long doot. And if you think you'd be somewhere in the middle, just a couple of honks will suffice. All right? Is that all clear? Okay, good. All right. Okay, sorry, just had to make sure I had those questions. So, topic number 1. How would you rank yourself on criminal suspicion? Okay, middle of the ground. See, that's kind of what I was thinking, because obviously, like I said, when I first heard about you, I thought you were a danger. But now I know that you're more just a beating heart of the city. So, yeah, I would give you somewhere around a C, somewhere, maybe a B-. Next. And I left this one in specifically for you. I don't know how you'll feel about it, but just know that it's all in good fun. How would you grade yourself on public speaking? Yeah, that is exactly what I thought of. Yep, I thought of that as well. All right, next. When it comes to your moral fiber, how you consider yourself, are you like a law-abiding citizen, or are you a little bit of a prankster all the way down to a downright criminal? That would be the F. How do you rank yourself on moral fiber? All right down the middle of the road. You would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, just how many people in the city rank themselves at that grade. I mean, I guess we all try and walk the line in the hard streets of Los Santos, so I can't really fault you there. All right, last subject to grade yourself. Are you ready, Mr. Carson? How would you grade your public decency? Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I thought you might do that. Oh, hey, no opening the boot on live television, Mr. Carson. All right, we're gonna move on to a couple of questions from the viewers. Are you ready? Question number 1. Were you a stuntman before you were a car? Yes, wow. Oh my goodness, we have really learned something here, folks. I mean, you know, that's a big piece of information, and honestly, I guess anyone could have put that 2 and 2 together with the effortlessness of that flip. Next question. Have you ever seen the movie Knight Rider, and if so, do you like it? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, is that a second one? Well, Knight Rider, it's a little bit of an old, I think it's like 80s or so. It's got a secret agent man and his companions, a talking car, so, you know. Yeah, exactly. And final question from the viewers, and Mr. Carson, this is the one that I hinted at earlier. Are there any lady cars you've got your headlights on? Oh, 3. Oh, not telling. Ooh, not telling you guys. Well, I guess you're gonna have to try and find out yourself. Edward Carson goes around the streets. He finds people and he picks them up and he shows them the wonderful life that is Los Santos. He takes them on a little bit of a joyride where really no one can be at fault because, I mean, what are the police gonna do? Arrest a ghost car? So if you want a little bit of excitement, a little bit of adventure, look out for this yellow car. And finally, to everyone at home, and to you personally, Mr. Carson, I know I already did once, but I want to bookend this show because I usually open it to the guests to talk about whatever they want. I want to bookend this show with saying, I am sorry. I am sorry for the article that I wrote painting you in a bad light. This interview will go up in a new article claiming your moral standing, how great of an addition to this city that you are, and completely relinquishing all of the claims that I made previously. Oh, well, I'm glad that seems to get your engine running. To those of you at home, remember, the facts don't wait for ratings. And we are always here for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.